You're listening to the Energy is Love podcast.
Energy is love.
The Energy is the Love podcast.
The Energy is Love podcast.
Energy is love.
The Energy is Love podcast.
The podcast for the universe.
The Energy is Love podcast.
Go!
You counted weird.
Those were very accurate counts.
Those were.
That was old English
Was
counting.
it?
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't take that class.
Well, should have graduated from Grantsville High School like me.
Well, we all can't be heroes.
Got a incredible education.
You did.
Um,
I was sorry. I found something that I was going to talk about and read about. It was on Facebook.
Talk
and
away.
I was in the... Well, that's my point of what I was doing. But when I opened it back up, I wanted to go back to the original post and how Facebook does that wonderful thing. And then it goes and scrolls to the top and then you lose it and can never be found again. So now I can't. I was scrolling hoping I was going to come across it, but I did not.
Facebook took it away, huh?
Yep.
Did it really happen? Maybe that thing didn't really happen. Once it disappears on Facebook and you can't find it again, maybe it's gone.
Is that like a bear shitting in the woods or a tree falling or other conspiracy theories
Other
from
conspiracy theories.
wackadoos?
From
I
wackadoos.
was going to say it.
We need to have some more wackadoos on this podcast.
I
It's
don't
been
think
a
so.
good few years since we've had a
I know
real
what you're going at.
certified, bona
And it's not
fide,
happening.
official
I'm not sending that invite.
wacka mother hug and do.
No.
Yeah.
No. I found a star.
Did you?
See? I told you. There's a little star walking outside. It's kind of
Okay,
cool.
hold on.
No, we were at our house. We were walking in the backyard and all of a sudden something shiny went pshh.
Yeah.
It was shining bright like a diamond. And so I stopped and looked down and there was a silver star. It was just a star in our backyard. When do we have confetti stars? I feel like this is a sign and it's beautiful and it's cool that all of a sudden there's a star.
What's it a sign of?
It's a power sign, actually. It's love and strength and magic and everything's going to be okay. That's what it's saying. It's saying, don't give up yet. Everything's fine. Okay. Am I really loud?
No, you're not. You're
'Cause
perfect.
You feel like she's turned down.
No, you're
Really
good.
Okay.
Maybe up your mic
Up it?
because you're talking over it. Oh, there you go. Perfect.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. That hurt my ears.
It's even louder now.
What should we title this episode already?
Shine bright like a diamond?
No, definitely not.
No? Okay.
We haven't had a wackadoo on the podcast in
No,
a really long time.
I'm
Hold
not-
on. Hold
okay.
on. Slow down.
Okay.
So, you,
Not sending that
Stephanie
invite.
has friends.
Nope.
No, Stephanie has a friend.
I don't know if you'd call. I don't know if you'd say that.
It's a friend.
Is it?
She has a friend that's straight up wonderful and amazing and whack a motherfucking do. She's just a little nuts. But that's okay, right? Everybody to each their own. And if you are listening to this and you're one of Stephanie's friends, now you get to wonder
Is it me?
if you're the wackadoo, the certified
I'm not gonna tell.
wackadoo. But
I
no,
don't-
we should have somebody come on that is kind of out there.
Yeah?
What do you think?
No.
No?
Because you want me to invite that person. And by the way, I don't think that person listens. So
You never
chances
know.
are, if you're watching, it's not you. But if you're like, she doesn't know I listen, then it might be you.
It might be you.
It might.
You definitely could be the person.
Okay.
This episode's going to be fun.
Yeah.
That's a pretty bracelet.
Thank you.
Where did you get that? Is that a new recent thing?
No, this is an old thing. This is an old thing. I got it forever ago. And part of me, okay, so sometimes I'm not the best wife.
No, I
Sometimes.
think you are.
Sometimes I'm forgetful. So I know that this is old, but I can't remember if I got it from me or if you got it from me.
Let me look at it closely.
Okay. It's Magna.
Does it come off?
Yeah.
Well, come on, take it off.
Just pull it.
Okay,
Pull it. You broke it.
shut up. Hematite, right? It's got some
It looks like
hematite.
some hematite, but it's magnet.
Oh, okay. So it's just
It's
cool.
magnetite.
It's just cool, right?
Yes.
And then,
That's glass.
yeah, I definitely did not get this for you.
Well, back forever ago, there was like things with magnets that were helping. And so
You think I got it for you?
I don't know.
It's pretty.
I know that I used to have to wear it at work too, because for when magnets had all these things that they do, and then it was also helping ground. It was another of the things that they tried. So I had things that would hook to me to try and ground so the radios didn't go all weird.
Yeah, it never worked.
It never worked.
No, you're too powerful. We're lucky we're able to record these podcasts.
Right?
Let's, in lieu of bringing on a wackadoo.
That was the bracelet. Yeah.
That's a beautiful bracelet.
That's the story. Oh, and I used to wear a watch. Do you even remember me wearing a watch?
Hold on, I'm trying to think of what it would look like.
I don't even know if I wore a watch because there was clocks everywhere.
I don't think you did.
So I don't think we wore a watch. I wore a watch when we were together, so that's how long it's been. But I went to check the time a little while ago because I felt this on my wrist, which is funny because I wear bracelets and I've never done it, but something about this one. And I was like, now where did that come from? Like I checked here's the time. And it was not there.
Some deep neural pathway that's like,
so
you need to check the time, and you go, time check.
Asher looked at me.
It's a Pavlovian response.
I don't know what that is. Asher made fun of me. So
yeah,
I did it in front of him. He's like, did you think there was a watch there? I'm like, yeah, I did.
We're fastly approaching episode 200. This is 198, which means we only have 2 more to go.
2 more.
And we have been swimming in fucking dense, heavy stuff.
Yes.
And that's good. That's fine, right? And we're going to have some more dense, heavy, good episodes coming up. This is not going to be one of them.
No. Which I guess is the reason why I couldn't find that Facebook thing. Because it was a dense, heavy thing.
Yeah.
I was all kinds of triggered. And I was going to call out. I was trying to decide if I was calling out by name or if that would get... So yeah. So anyways. So it went away. I found a star. Facebook said reset. And here we are.
Here we are.
And I'm talking about my not a watch. That's what you call it. Not a watch.
Should we tell them what's going on?
What's going on?
You always hate it when I bring it up.
I know, but it's fine.
Are you sure?
Well, no, but it might be obvious.
It's not yet.
Why am I talking so fast?
You're not.
Okay.
Just a short time ago.
It wasn't that short. You've been out here for a while.
Well, what time is it?
I had enough time to do all my makeup.
What time is it?
Showtime. It's 2:40.
Okay, so it's been an hour.
I told you.
It's been an hour. An hour ago, we took an edible, and we are now just broaching the edible frontier.
Edible Frontier. Is that the title?
I think that
Everything
might
you
be
say,
it.
I'm going to be like, is that it?
That might
is
be
that
it.
Edible Frontier.
The edible frontier.
That also sounds like a porn title.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
In either one of those things could happen on this podcast.
What?
We could talk about either one of those things.
I think I'm going to open this, but I have shame.
For opening the beer?
Yeah. So
why?
She's like, shh.
Ooh.
Do a Ferris Bueller. Like, don't look at me while I open it. Like, hold on.
There are so many things that are suddenly rushing to my brain. Porn. If you go to our YouTube channel, there's a clip.
wait for it.
Yeah, there's a clip from an earlier episode that we did a few weeks ago, and I pulled a snippet from that episode, and I threw it up on the YouTube channel. And when you go back and watch it, I don't remember. I titled it something porn.
Yes.
Like, where is all the good porn or something like that.
Something like that.
But just the keyword porn has got a whole bunch of traffic to that one specific video.
And disappointment because there's no porn.
Yeah, there's no porn there. Sorry.
It's like porn. Aww.
Sorry, internet. But I think it's so funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Yeah, right? We're not surprised.
No.
But it's like, let's talk about sex again and
Baby.
again and again.
Did you hear it?
I did. What are we listening
No,
for?
it was my song. You said let's talk about sex, and I broke
Baby.
into that. Yeah.
Did you just, oh, baby.
I did.
We're on a roll.
Okay.
I'm already happy.
I am too. Thank you.
Okay. Porn, sex. The problem with sex in this country, in this world, in society today.
That's not light. I don't want to talk about what's wrong with sex. That's a heavy episode.
Well,
it's a deep episode.
Once again, it's frustrating that sex and sexuality and all sorts of different things are judged and viewed and persecuted and shamed.
True.
So sick of the shame associated with all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
I've gotten rid of quite a bit of mine, though.
A shame?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say porn. I'm like, I don't know which way we're going. Like,
Had all this old porn. Just VHSs from 1987. And had to get rid of them finally because we don't have a VCR anymore. Tried putting them in the toaster. That didn't work.
Oh my God.
See, you don't remember. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure, obviously, you remember VHSs, but I don't
We're
know.
the same age. Like, I'm a smidgen older than you. So
Well,
why are you going to remember VHS?
What
but
I'm
not
saying
me?
is, I don't know if you remember it having ever watched porn on VHS.
I'm not answering that question.
So she's taking the fifth, folks.
I'm taking
I did.
Yeah.
Every
Where did you
now and
acquire your VHS porn?
Well, every now and
There's
then.
a reason I'm not answering the question.
There's two different things, right?
Mm-hmm.
A good friend of mine.
You shall go nameless?
No, I think I'll call. No, really good friend of mine that we grew up together. One of my best friends growing up. He lived down the street from a little. It wasn't. This was the weirdest business, and it almost couldn't exist in.
You got to rent porn as a kid?
Hold on, wait for it. This almost couldn't exist in the small town that we live in anymore.
I feel like it couldn't.
But this business, like the front of it, was a fast food restaurant where you could go and get cheeseburgers, shakes, fries, everything. Just a little.
All you need before I get
just
porn
a
fest.
little grill.
Yeah.
Little burger grill. And so that was the main part of the business. You walk up and order from the window, and then they had like a little shop right next, like all the same building, and you could go into the little shop.
What did they sell?
I mean, it was almost like a convenience store.
Oh, so not dildos.
Well, wait for it.
Okay.
It was almost like a convenience store. And then they had a back room.
How many rooms are there? Jesus.
In the
We're
little
3
back
layers
room,
deep right now.
You could rent, you couldn't rent like straight, like, triple X porn.
Okay.
But you could rent like the equivalent of late night TV softcore porn. So you had boobs, you had.
So you just watched R-rated movies. So you could rent R-rated movies. Okay.
You're an ass. They were definitely a step up from R-rated. They were a hard R.
That's
a hard, consistent R. Okay. They weren't full-on porn, triple X. They weren't NC-17.
Okay.
Every now and then you got just the slightest whiff of bush.
Oh.
Never like complete, full-on,
Never full.
penetrate. Nothing like that.
Okay.
Softcore porn is what it was.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay.
I just realized that's the terminology.
I think you said that.
We have to speak up a little bit to get over the fucking garbage truck.
Sorry.
Fucking garbage.
Fucking guy.
Coming for all of my VHS porn.
Oh.
No, but you could rent softcore porn there.
Okay. Like
But
what? Give me one.
I
Give me a
don't
title.
remember the titles. I don't remember
Was
the
it called
titles at all.
Whack-A-Mole?
No, it was not Whack-A-Mole, dork. But you had to because you had to be like an adult, right?
Yeah.
You couldn't go back there unless you were like.
Did
over
you use your
18.
man voice?
No. But every now and then, the one like teenager, like probably 19-year-old boy, was working the front desk, and he could give two shits, right? He's totally the guy that sold cigarettes and beer there. You would have been able to buy those things from. So every now and then we got to rent one of those.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember.
Were you like smiling the whole time, or were you straight faced?
So fucking paranoid.
Were you like,
we rode our bikes down there.
Did you feel like you had like a sign behind you going
Yes,
porn?
the whole time on the way there, like after we
Gonna
actually
go
have
find
it,
some.
After we actually have the tape,
Oh
then it's
my
like
God.
we're smuggling, fucking contraband, trying to ride our bike down Main Street.
We might see a hint of a bush on this one. I love it. I never rented porn.
And then somebody, I don't remember who at some point, but I think I remember one of my friends having some VHS porn, actual porn.
Oh, I was.
That we passed around and everybody took turns with.
Did you sanitize the tape?
There's nothing wrong with the tape. The tape goes in the VCR. Dork.
I'm having way too much fun with this. I hope that you don't reacquire shame by the end of this one.
I don't have any shame for it.
Good.
I'm very grateful.
I'm just being funny. There's nothing wrong with it.
I'm very grateful that that's my experience with porn growing up.
Right.
These kids today have it so easy. So fucking easy. They have no idea.
I've got more experience than you with porn. as a child. I'm not going to share it
what does that
because
mean?
that means that I did not just have R-rated movies from the local 19-year-old.
You
That
didn't have
sounds
soft
weird.
core stuff from the.
No, there was definite softcore stuff, but yeah, no.
You were one of the lucky ones.
Was I?
Probably not.
There was.
You didn't like it.
Well, I don't know what to say here. I don't quite know how to have this conversation.
Well, way to go, babe.
Let's see what else.
Anything?
I don't know. I've never had to publicly rent a sexy movie.
Yeah. Have you ever publicly gone into a place to buy porn?
To buy porn, no. To buy toys, yes.
Okay. That's less shameful. How is that less shameful?
I don't think it is.
You don't think going in and buying some sex toy is less shameful than going in and buying porn?
I thought I was going to light the roof on fire by how embarrassed and heated. You know, when you get really embarrassed or hot, I could feel it almost like my scalp was tingling. I think I might have been sweating from my head. I was not. You've seen me try and play it cool.
Mm-hmm.
So just try and imagine me buying something like that.
Yeah. No luck.
At a very young, well, I did it, but imagine
at a very young age.
Well, I was
you
old
had
enough to
be
go.
over 21, right? 18. All of it's dumb.
Oh, I wasn't 21. No, I was younger. I think I was 18, 19 maybe.
Was it what was that store that was in Valley Fair? Keyhole? Didn't Keyhole have sex toys?
Keyhole, I think Keyhole still does. Or Spencer's. Spencer's is what still does.
Still
Keyhole
has
might
sex
have.
toys?
I remember that.
Or do they just have the novelty silly sex toys?
I haven't been in there for a while, Craig. Why don't you ask one of our teenage children? I'm sure they know. It was Blue Boutique.
Check with that guy that ran at the front desk at the porn shop in Mansfield. Go ahead.
It was the Blue Boutique, and for a while there was a shop in Twilla. Do you remember that? It's where one of the smoke shop is now on Vine Street. I can't remember what it's called.
In case you're wondering.
Well, it's not there anymore. It's not there. But when I bought stuff in there, I thought it was for a wedding, like a wedding party, a bridal shower.
Okay.
Thing.
Yeah, a bridal shower is definitely than a wedding party. What'd you get for your wedding?
Okay, this is why I can't. Because it was a front. It was my mom threw me a surprise graduation party.
Okay.
But she made it like it was Eva's. Okay. Not the bachelor, but bridal party. So I showed up that day because she wanted me to.
I see. So you thought you were going to a bachelor party?
Not a bachelor, but like a bridal,
bachelorette party.
Kind of, but I don't know. It was like my mom was going to be there and all her friends, so I wasn't too worried. But I still, because I was 18, and you know how once you turn 18, you think you're an adult and can buy all the things.
Yes.
So to be funny, I thought I was going to buy her a bag full of sex toy items and give her that, because that's what you do. And so that's what you do. I can't believe I just said that. I sound like somebody else. Anyways, I went into the store to do it, and it was okay because I wasn't buying stuff for me. So I made sure that I said it many times.
This isn't for me. These aren't for me. I don't like these kind. This isn't.
That way I could
mine.
buy it without shame, and instead I look like.
So did you buy like a bag of dildos?
I think I bought some.
It's like $300 or something.
Oh God, no. But I bought. I think there was a dildo. Might have been I don't remember. There was one big, there was a couple of. I can't remember the biggest things that are standing out. Like I knew I had some items in there, like edible panties, but I bought a bunch of novelties. So there was sweet tarts that were shape of dicks, and stuff. You know, there was binkies that was a dick. So you're like, oh, like things like that, and so it was just that stuff. It was a bunch of novelty stuff.
We're gonna segue from this topic.
Are we? Because I'm doing so good. I'm really embarrassed.
It was Father's Day yesterday. When this episode comes out.
I was.
So very, very smooth transition to Happy Father's Day to all the fathers that we know that are out there. Yeah. I don't think we need to spend a lot of time.
I want to love you now. You're so
I
amazing.
want to love you now. I am a father.
You're the amazing, best, wonderful, love you. Happy Father's Day yesterday when this airs.
Thank you.
And to give you kisses
very, very much. I love you. Happy.
You don't have to say happy back. You just get to say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm sure we had a wonderful day on Father's Day.
I hope so.
We'll find out.
Did
Future, time, past.
Just say yes.
Yes,
Okay.
we did. Time.
Is an illusion.
What do we do with time?
Is this what we're segueing to?
I think so. What do you think?
I think I stopped talking and it got really quiet.
Right? There's times there's times that I get lost in my imagination imagining the
Porn.
different Yes, that's definitely the case too sometimes. No, the different spaces in time and the way that they all collide and connect and exist, and perhaps even more than we can imagine. Why are you holding your necklace?
Because I don't know what to do with my hands.
Are you nervous?
No.
So what do you think about time?
It's an illusion.
Oh God, yours is kicking hard. I'm so excited. We timed this perfectly. We definitely
I'm embarrassed.
nailed the spot to where these were going to start hitting.
I'm embarrassed.
Why?
Because you're pointing it out. You're like, haha.
You're high. Look at that.
Don't say that.
What else am I supposed to say?
I'm in a good mood.
That's good.
I'm a fun-loving
That's good.
person.
We're gonna
It's legal
need...
in the state.
It's legal everywhere. You read it in the internet.
Oh God.
It's legal everywhere.
I seriously don't know what to do with my hands.
Do you want to play with a card?
No. I just want to know what to do with my hands.
What should we talk about?
We were talking about time,
I know.
and then you started making fun of me, and then you tried to come up with another topic because you couldn't remember where we were. But I did. So who's high? Apparently.
It's time for... How different do you think the world is today than when you were a kid? Like, can you, like, what's a general age that you think you can kind of recall for the most part? Like, you can remember, I'm not talking like specifics, but like I feel like 8, 9 years old, you know, was the mid 80s for me, mid to late 80s. And I feel like I can kind of, I have a good sense of what that time period was.
Okay.
I have a good sense of like what clothing was and what the style was and what music was on and what kind of shows we watched. And
Okay.
do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So what age would that be for you?
Well, I have a lot of like blank spots from my childhood, so that's kind of harder.
Steph, we're trying to keep this
I
episode
know.
light. We're not
Like,
going to go back and talk
I
about
don't
your
want-
trauma from
I'm
childhood.
Definitely fucking not going to.
But can you recall like just a
I'm
general
trying.
time era period?
Yeah, I guess. Like maybe I can kind of see, like, as far as like when you're talking about being like 8 or 9, I have no sense of clothes. Like I just wore whatever. I was very much a
I didn't say I was stylish. I just said I remember what people were wearing at that time.
I don't like. I was very not into clothes or combing my hair
Still not
or
into any of those things.
I was very wild.
Yes.
I guess 12 is when I can start to get
Okay.
a sense
Okay.
of that.
So we're talking like early 90s.
Yeah.
That's good. I remember that time period too.
Yeah. Okay.
Middle school, early 90s.
Yeah.
I remember what girls were wearing at the time.
I was in high school. It was technically middle school, but middle school and high school was the same building. So I was a middle schooler thrown in with the high schoolers.
That's terrible.
It's terrible.
Anyways, the whole point of this really long question,
Is what?
oh
God. You forgot.
hold on.
Oh,
That's pretty.
that is pretty. I was looking at it earlier. I was going to tell you.
Um,
I'm so glad you saw
You should
it.
take a picture of it.
Okay.
For those of you listening, we have a canopy
You're
over
gonna
top
have
of
to
us to
like
block out
do some
sunlight.
editing.
Hold on.
What? You told me to take a picture.
Those
It's so pretty.
those of you listening, we're recording underneath a canopy, and there's beautiful designs on the canopy up above because of the tree. Okay, the point of the question was,
so pretty.
you remember the early 90s pretty well, right?
I hope they're not blurry. I hope you can see them. Do I remember them pretty well? I think so.
You have a good recollection of that time period.
No, I don't, but we'll see.
How different are things today than then? And we're talking like 30 years ago. How different is the world, you think? How different are people? How different are thought processes? Like the energy, how different is the energy of the early 90s as opposed to today? Or is it?
I don't.
I'm just going to keep throwing random questions
I know
at
you're not
you.
even giving me a chance to answer. I just like tried to rub my cheek off.
How different is it, you think?
Well, there's part of me that thinks it's not different because all these things that we didn't think were a thing are a thing, and they've been a thing, and so I can kind of see it more and see things played out, but we're not getting heavy or deep.
Yeah.
This is not a porn episode. I don't think they're that different. I think, I don't know, but it's vastly different. You know, they are greatly different.
Obviously there's technology.
Yeah, which has changed, and like, so it's, I don't know if it's
early 90s, there still wasn't internet. Actually, there probably was, but only like
for government.
The government.
The government.
Only for like those really, not everybody had it, obviously.
I'm trying to think when we got it. I remember getting the computer and hearing the dial-up.
We were
and only being able to.
We were transitioning. Go ahead. Only being able to. You definitely didn't get it in 92.
No, but I don't remember when.
So we were transitioning from cassette tapes to CDs, from VHS to DVDs, right?
I remember.
Maybe DVDs didn't come till later, maybe. Yeah, because I was still renting VHSs in the late 90s.
I remember seeing that shift in like Hollywood video. Do you remember?
From tapes to DVDs.
And then they started getting DVDs, and there was just that little bit of section where they had the DVDs now. Yeah. But it was like double to rent. Yeah. And I remember thinking how stupid it was.
That it was just going to be a thing.
Yeah, I was anti DVD.
Were you?
And then when Blu-ray came out, I was like, sorry.
Were you anti DVD because you like thought that VHS were so powerful?
No, not at all. I just thought
I'm holding on to this really shitty version of movies. I like rewinding.
Oh my God, you want to hear why? Jesus. It's the same reason I'm always irritated by it, because why are you making things so I have to buy a whole new player? You don't have to get a whole new player. So there's the DVDs, but now you have to buy, in order to watch it, you'll have to get a DVD player or a Blu-ray player. Just think it's the same goddamn movie. Oh, is there some special features? Okay.
It just made me realize that there's one thing that's out there that hasn't changed since the very beginning of time. I mean, there have been just the slightest of slight modifications.
Since the beginning of time, or the beginning of time we're talking about?
No, the beginning of time. We're going way back before the 90s. This thing has been the same since the very first time it was a thing. So at some point it was a thing.
Excited. What are you going to come up with?
So good.
Is this where does the internet come from?
No,
kind of a thing?
It's better than that.
Okay.
So this thing that at some point somebody somewhere did this thing with a thing. They were like, here's the thing. And they're like, I'm going to use this thing now from now on for that. And that thing is literally essentially the same thing that we have today. It hasn't changed.
Riddle me this. I have no idea what you're saying.
It hasn't changed.
What?
It's pretty much the same thing.
What?
Right? There's a lot of things that have changed over the course of time in history. This thing has stayed the same.
Is it husbands like being weird and wives making fun of them? Because I feel like you're right.
No. No. It's the dildo.
What?
So the very first dildo, right? At some point in time, some woman was like, this can go in here and I can use it with my hand. And she's like, I shall call this something. And that something literally looks the same as dildos do today. Well, with very, very minor differences.
I feel like there's some,
just saying.
Inspiration.
That's
like
amazing.
They've had the same thing to look at.
Have you ever, there's nothing else like that. I mean, that thing was perfect out of the gate.
You just referred to cocks being perfect. The only one thing that has lasted from the beginning of time. It's perfect right out of the gate.
Dildos, way different than
I don't know. Yes, that's
very, very different.
That is true.
Dildos are massively different. I mean, I'm talking different.
Oh my God, you made my beer jump.
Can you think of anything else that hasn't changed since the beginning? Nope, you can't, because the dildo is the only thing.
Well, what if it wasn't a woman?
What if it wasn't?
What if it is like, this is for this, and it can go in here?
It probably was. Men are way grosser than women.
Why is that gross?
Well, think about like the first time that somebody shoved something up their ass. Right? It definitely was not anything sexual. It definitely had something to do with like, I got an itch. Something weird's going on.
They go after an itch, and all of a sudden it's like,
I gotta
ooh.
figure out exactly.
Wait,
That's
hold
exactly
up.
what it was. You're right. That's probably the first dildo. There's definitely a man trying to itch his ass.
Oh my god. I don't even know what to do with this. That is awesome. Okay. Woo.
And then look at sex toys have evolved.
They have. Now women get orgasms. Well, I guess dildos are for women too. Sorry. Now men get orgasms that they get from a toy. You know what? It's so easy for men to come. Like, so the fact that there's sex toys for women, like, that's a good thing. Not every woman out there is as lucky as I am and has Mr. Lover to take care of needs. Okay. I don't think I'm going to let you wear this.
You're so cute.
I just got
It's
embarrassed.
not even bad yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, like, shimmy my boobs at you and called you
No.
Mr. Lover.
That was hardly anything.
Well, okay.
Everybody listening and not watching is like, okay, I have to go check out this boob shimmy right now.
It's like the fake porn. It's not really what it's cracked out to be. We'll say porn, and then you get there and there's no porn. There's a t-shirt, there's a bra, there's no shimmying going on.
Pause real quick, everybody.
You threw me with a dildo.
I know. That's what she said.
That's what
The guy brought it home and he's like, look. It's not just for asses.
Jesus.
We're going to pause real quick. Several episodes we mentioned Josh Gad. He's an actor. He was the voice
Speaking of dildos, is that what you did?
Speaking of dildos, Josh Gad, you're not a dildo.
Not at all. You're funny. And I like your shows.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
I know.
Back originally when we talked about Josh Gad, I mean me, mispronounced his name and said that it was Josh Glad. It's not with an L. It's just Gad, Josh Gad.
What if you have it backwards again?
That would
And
be
so when you're like,
hilarious.
here's my correction.
Anyways, he has a YouTube show that he started because of all the lockdown quarantine, and it's called
This is how we say sorry.
Remember
The Titans.
What is it when you get the cast back together? Reunion. It's
Reunion?
It's something.
Do you want to look it up?
No, it'll take too long.
Well, then 5 years from now, you're going to be like, hey, by the way, when we said this back on episode.
It's not hard to find. Just fucking YouTube search
Okay.
Josh Gad.
I'm just
and make sure you don't
Googling.
include the L. Make sure it's
Josh
just
Gad.
Anyhow, there's been a lot of really fun episodes.
YouTube.
He had the cast of Goonies on. That was the first one. That was really fun.
Reunited Apart.
Reunited Apart is the name of
I
the
knew
little
that
show.
name. It is clever.
And who else? Recently he did Ghostbusters, the cast of Ghostbusters.
Who did
Bill
you
Murray
say?
and Dan Aykroyd, for hell's sakes. Could you ask for anything more?
Oh, I was pretty happy you have Sigourney on there.
Yeah,
Oh.
Sigourney Weaver.
Mhm.
And then anyways, the reason I bring it up is because it might have happened on Father's Day. It may have already happened.
It's the
But
next one?
Yeah, the next one is
The-
go ahead.
No, it's okay. Is it how we knew? Because they don't tell you. They just do a little snippet of
Should
the
I
theme
just do the
song.
same snippet?
Do the same. Yes, you should.
Okay, are you ready?
Mhm.
So this is the only clue you're going to get, and then we're going to move on to the next topic. So this is what the next or possibly latest episode of Reunited Apart with Josh Glad and the cast of Doo-doo-dum-bum.
That was really good. I was trying to make fun of you. I was so excited for this moment. You did really good.
I did do
And
really
they all
good.
know what it is.
They do. But I don't even
I
think
was so excited
I
to make
totally
fun of
fucked it
you.
up.
You didn't. You nailed it.
Okay.
I was ready. I'm like, oh my God, he's going to do it. I was so excited to laugh.
Because you thought I was going to fuck it up?
Well, sometimes, no.
Thanks for the love and support.
Fuck. That sounds like I'm horrible. No, you're just cute. I'm cute. We're just cute. Sometimes we're kind of cute. So sometimes we're dorks.
The other day when we were driving home with Asher and
I'm
we
sorry.
passed Lagoon, and we talked to him about what it's like to walk around an amusement park with your boyfriend or girlfriend holding their hand and making out on the rides.
I knew you could do it.
You knew I could do
I
it.
knew you were going to know that theme song. I'm so sorry. That's going to stick. That's a shame button.
Oh my gosh.
I feel so bad.
You're so cute.
I feel so bad.
Notice we aren't talking about that. We've moved on to a completely
I know. I
different
feel like
topic.
it's now in your soul. And I did that. I broke that.
I completely had forgotten I had forgotten it.
I've forgotten.
And then you brought it back up.
Because I'm bathing in shame.
So, baby, we're transitioning. Every time part of recording these, I look and monitor the time of how long we've been recording.
How long has it been?
Well, I'm not going to tell you how long it's been.
Why not?
Because then you'd be like, oh my God, we've only been recording for that long.
Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't feel like we've been recording for a long time.
Hasn't it?
Uh-oh.
Anyways, every time I look at it, the same thing goes
backwards?
through. It's not going backwards, but it's like 5 seconds later. And I'm like, what the hell? I know I've been talking longer. Like literally, it just happened again. I looked again and I'm like, only 5 seconds has passed.
I keep hitting this.
You're doing great.
Go ahead.
Lagoon is the amusement park in Utah. So it's Utah's local big amusement park. Mm-hmm. It's fun. It's a great little place. But you and I have both been going there since beyond back in the day.
The dawn of time.
Yeah, back in the day we've been going to Lagoon.
Yes, since the white roller coaster was white.
I recounted the experience of being 13 years old and going to Lagoon with my girlfriend to Asher, our son, who's at the same age.
Yeah, well, he's 14.
I know if I look at the time, 5 seconds has passed. And no, I want to talk about, do you remember what that felt like? Try to describe to me that feeling of walking through the amusement park in the summertime, describe that for you as a girl back in the day.
As a girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'll describe to you what it was like.
Well, with my lady brain. Back in
from the girl
day.
Perspective, because you did it, right? You said it at some point, right?
Yeah.
What did that feel like?
It felt like, I guess it just feels like hot shit, really. You feel like you're grown up. You feel like you're doing the adult thing, and you're all without your parents, and you're walking around with your boyfriend. Yeah, I got the tone. It's just fun. It's just fun, and you feel like this is what life is going to feel like. Like, this is what it's like. It's not.
This is what
Spoiler
in love
alert.
is like.
No, it just felt like, I don't know, it just felt like a jailbreak,
That you were getting away with something you weren't supposed to be doing.
Yeah, it was definitely that. Well, and there was also, the things that you did where you definitely got away with things you weren't supposed to be doing. So there's that. I don't know. It just felt like, that's what it felt like with my lady brain. What is your man brain?
I remember being nervous.
Yeah?
Yeah, like on the bus ride, because it was...
Oh, yeah.
It was the 8th grade summer, our end of school year trip that we took. And I remember being nervous on the bus ride. And I think I didn't even sit by her on the bus ride. That's how close we were. We were super tight. I don't think I sat by her on the bus because I was too nervous.
That is not what she interpreted that as. She's not like, he's nervous.
I'm sure she didn't. And we got to the park, and I don't remember how it all played out. But anyways, we ended up walking around, holding hands and, making out on the rides that we got to make out on, and getting to, stand in line all day long and all the different things. It's so funny. I can, totally take my brain back to those moments and, almost feel just snapshots of stuff.
Okay, let's try that.
Do you know what I mean?
No.
It's almost like you can close your eyes and just a flash of one of those moments comes across your brain.
It makes me giggle. I can't. It makes me. I all I can see is Stevie. I'm like, shit.
She wasn't there.
No. But yeah.
I can remember we did ride home on the bus together.
Did you sit next to her then?
Yes.
Oh.
And I had a green hoodie.
Wow, you got some details.
And
I have no idea.
I had, the drawstring around the hoodie neck, right?
Were you chewing on it?
Probably. But I had purple. Do you remember like the push lock things that you would have like on backpacks or
Okay.
where you would push it in and then you could slide it up and down? It's like the drawstring adjustment thing.
No, yes, you can.
Shut up.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, I had purple ones on there.
Uh-huh.
And I remember her playing with them on the bus ride home as we like sat next to each other, cuddled up, holding hands, and she was like playing with my drawstring things. I can flash to that memory.
I bet you can.
And just remember that, right? And then
That's
like
sweet.
I remember
That's cute.
she had a green purse.
Damn, you guys were
that she
syncing
carried,
up with the color matching.
but it was like a canvasy, not canvas, denim type material, but it was like green, almost army green kind of.
Yeah.
And she left it on a ride. Oh no. Or no, wait.
That sucks.
She didn't leave it on a ride. I think I had to sit on it so it didn't get wet.
That's what she
or something like that.
Nice.
Shut up. But all those kind of little flashes of memory.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like I remember what she looked like in certain moments.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her name was Meg.
Meg?
Meg Gaines.
You can't fucking say that, can
Sorry.
you?
I can say whatever I want.
Okay,
babe.
well, you
It's our
were really
podcast.
nice and you made an impression.
Yeah, shout out to Meg Gaines wherever you are. She moved.
She did?
Yeah.
Maybe she's a fan of the podcast. Maybe she's told the Lagoon story to
She moved
her podcast audience
I think
too.
our freshman year.
Yeah?
I broke up with her in between 8th and 9th grade.
Okay. Was she the one that was too wild? And
She
is that
was,
why?
yeah.
She was the wild one.
No.
Okay, well, Meg, you can give me a call. 'Cause this guy can't handle it, but
No, I don't remember. I remember very clearly why I broke up with her, and it's so stupid. But who wasn't stupid at that age, right?
Yeah, you've called her name, so you can't say why you broke up with her if it's stupid. Because it might be mean.
Nah, she was a great
I'm not
gal.
saying shit.
Great gal.
So what is gal? Why? That's a Grantsville guy thing. Somebody said gal the other night, and it was like on TV, and I was like, oh, he must be from
He must be
Grantsville.
from Grantsville. You're a jerk. Gal is definitely not just a Grantsville thing.
It's not like I have a lot of things to hold it against. I haven't been a lot of places and been like, do you say gal?
I've been lots of places.
Okay, you skipped over the part about the safety features of Lagoon that I think we need to address. Did you even notice the white roller coaster when we went by it?
They just stopped painting it, dear.
That thing?
That's all they
Okay.
did. It's not falling apart.
Public service announcement here. I am saving lives.
Yes, you are. Everybody
Okay,
pause for a
that
moment.
thing.
Bring the kids in the room.
They painted it white and called it the white roller coaster. So, like, obviously, it's got some problems, right? From the get go, they warn you. It is like. Do you remember what year it's from?
Yeah,
I
it's from
remember
the
it was-
original. It was the
I think
first
it's like
fucking roller coaster.
1800s.
It's not 1800s.
I think it is. I think it is because I think it was like over 100 years old when I was a kid, and so that was in the end of the 1900s. So that would have to put it to the 1800s, which all of a
Yes.
sudden I feel ancient.
You feel
However,
ancient.
I'm not even half a century.
It was
I've been
the
a long
first
time.
thing that, I mean, it's like what Lagoon was built around.
Yes,
That was the big roller
they
coaster.
have never replaced it.
They have repaired it.
They think they have, but now, yeah. So when you used to get like paint flecks, they have screens that are under that roller coaster when you walk, and you've got like little wood fragments and paint flecks. That thing is falling apart, and they're like, "Come on, get on it. It'll be a good time." And the last time, it was just they've given up on painting it because the wood cannot hold it, and so you see that roller coaster going, and you're like, "It's going to be a news story." We've got to keep our kids off of that roller coaster.
I used to be so afraid of roller coasters.
Yeah,
So afraid. Deathly afraid.
because it was going to fall down.
It was any number of things.
Yeah.
Like, think about me today, right?
Yes.
And how, I mean, we went skydiving
Macho
2 years ago.
man.
I'm hardly afraid of anything.
You're brave. You're very brave.
Also incredibly stupid at times when it comes to doing stupid things. Not so much anymore.
I'm going to say positive things about you.
But yeah, when I was little, I was totally deathly afraid of roller coasters.
Mm-hmm.
Roller coasters, water slides.
Mm-hmm.
I
I still don't like water slides.
I still have kind of a
I won't get
hesitation with water slides.
Yeah. I'll get on like the local pool, like safe
The
little
little-
tubey, like, oh, that is in my wheelhouse.
Yeah,
Was the white roller coaster your first roller coaster ride?
No,
Oh, damn it. I was so hoping so.
no, I don't remember.
It was going to be.
I probably went on like the Colossus or something.
You did the Colossus before you did the white roller coaster?
I don't fucking remember.
The
I
Colossus
was so fucking
was
afraid of all of that
the
shit.
big shit. That was the biggest roller coaster. That
At the
was the
time.
scariest at the time. And it had 2 loops where you went upside down.
This is such unique podcasting for the state of Utah.
Oh my God.
You're welcome if you live here. No, what else? And when you look back over the course of your life, this is actually a
I
really
feel
good
stupid
question.
now.
Why?
I think you just made fun of me.
I didn't say, "Shh, hey guys, look at Stephanie."
You heard it.
You're so silly.
Course of my life.
Over the course of your life, how I described those flashes of memories that
Yes.
would come to me in regards to Meg. Right?
I'm sorry. I was expecting. Keep going.
How many flashes of memories do you think you have?
I never met Meg.
You two would have hit it off.
I think we would have.
Yeah.
How many flashes of memories? 4.
No, silly. Think about
I don't
like if I'm going
understand
to
the
tell
question.
our
Maybe.
what did you say recently about a pirate that I made fun of you for?
I was trying to say I was trying to enunciate the word R. And so I did. I'm like,
No, it
and
was
then you made
bad.
fun of me.
You were like,
I was like,
"R." You were
R.
trying to spell it or something.
I did I wasn't trying to spell it. I did spell it. I'm like R-A-R-E, like R or something.
It was hilarious.
You were looking at me like, I don't know why I did it.
You were a pirate for a while.
I think it was also on one of these.
It was not on the podcast.
No.
Oh,
An
on an
edible.
edible. Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to our friend. Whoa.
You can't say.
I am done
Yep.
speaking
Thank you.
those words.
Okay.
Just shout out to our friends.
you know
You
why? And...
Wackadoos.
No, she's not the wackadoo.
We're done. We can't talk about that.
You're not the wackadoo. You know who you are. You're not the wackadoo.
Okay. This episode. If 5 seconds has passed since I looked at the time again.
No way.
No, I'm teasing.
Okay.
Those flashes
Yes.
of memories.
Yes, I have flashes of memories.
So I think that's the way that our memory is downloaded and stored.
By flashes?
Yes, because if you think about it,
Is it a flash drive?
you don't have, like when you think of a memory, it doesn't suddenly just replay out the entire shot of what took
Sometimes.
place in your mind. It's flashes.
Sometimes.
It's flashes.
Not every time.
Nope. Every time.
Oh, I'm not arguing with your brain.
I know how things work. It's every time. So listen to me. Tell me about our wedding. Is our wedding
It's flashes.
is flashes, right?
Yeah.
You've got little flashes of moments of those things that took place that day, right?
Yeah.
Now tell me about our first date. Flashes.
We have different stories. Do you know why? I remember our first date different than you do. You do not remember it as the same as the day that I do. So what I thought was our first date, I don't know that you think is our first date.
Okay.
Here's a test.
We're definitely
Oh
not
my
fucking
God!
fighting.
Tell me about our first date, Craig.
Oh, baby.
Please.
This is the time for me to talk about
Nope.
flashes of memories.
First date.
Not for
I want to hear the
husband to
flash
get
of your
in
first.
trouble.
You're not going to get in trouble.
So we went to, on our first date, you drove.
You can tell that part of it.
Yes.
Okay, what else?
That's a flash. She ran a stoplight. And not like at a little, she ran a full
I was
fucking
so
intersection stoplight in
nervous.
busy traffic.
I was so nervous.
She's just like, la-di-da-di-da.
so I wasn't like la-di-da-di-da. I
You
was
were.
like, don't die, don't die, don't die. I wasn't even
You
thinking.
didn't even realize it.
No, I wasn't thinking about I'm
the
like
only reason
inside.
you realized it is because I reacted. And
You did
responded.
react. You reacted strongly. I think you overreacted. I don't know what you were trying to grab everywhere.
I'm like, here we go. First day, we're going to drive right through a busy fucking
I
intersection
was
on
so
a red
nervous. You have no idea what you were doing to my heart.
light. We did
My
that.
heart was going insane. I was so nervous.
Did we go see a movie? We didn't see a movie.
No, we did not go see a movie.
I know we went shopping for some reason.
For you?
To buy me pants.
You bought pants and a shirt.
I don't know why that was.
I
first
don't
date
know, but you
material.
were a pretty woman.
I was.
You were a pretty woman. So that makes you my whore.
Jesus.
No, not sex shaming at all. What else you got?
Shopping.
Uh-huh.
And then I remember what you were wearing. You had a
Aw.
brown shirt on. and Levi's, and the shirt was like, it had one of those collars that was kind of like loose. It wasn't like a t-shirt, and you kind of had like a loose collar, and the sleeves would have come up, and like, yeah, I remember that shirt that you were wearing. No, wait, it was a tank top.
He remembers that shirt.
Shit. Fuck. It was brown. You had a brown fucking top on.
Yeah, it was a tank top. And you described it well.
You had a brown top on. We went to some park and went for a walk, and we kissed on a bench. I remember that very, very well.
You remember our first date. See, you didn't get in trouble.
Yeah.
You passed the test.
I want to say we went to like an Italian restaurant, perhaps. We did. I remember which Italian restaurant it was too. It's no longer in existence.
What was it?
I don't remember the name of it, but I remember we went there and it wasn't good.
I don't think you remember.
Tell me.
We were going to go there and then we didn't go there. We were going to go to Tucci's. And
yes,
then we didn't. And then we went to Olive Garden.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
I promise.
We did. And that's also where we
Which
parked.
Olive Garden was it?
It was one that had underground parking.
Nope, that was definitely not our first date.
Yes, well, no, but you're talking about we didn't go to a restaurant on our first date.
Are you sure? I think we did.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay, what Italian restaurant are you talking about?
Well, I'll have to Google and look because it's no longer open.
I think we went to Iggy's.
We didn't.
We went to an Italian restaurant,
yes.
And it wasn't good.
Yep.
Are you sure you're not thinking about? No, that was Chinese.
I can't even remember where it was.
Where was it?
Well, obviously we were in that area.
Yes.
We were in West Jordan. We were in the Jordan district.
We went to Daybreak. Didn't we go to Daybreak?
Yeah, we did, but not first because you remember the Old Navy that we went to was there.
Yes. So that
the stoplight that you ran was there because I pointed out every time we drive through it.
You think you say women hold on to shit.
So that's where we were, and that's the Italian restaurant that was there.
That was the one bad driving experience you had with me. That was the one time I drove bad. Wink,
wink to the camera. You actually are a really good driver.
See?
Anyways, we went to an Italian restaurant. I remember it and you don't.
What did we have?
And then
I don't remember the restaurant.
Terrible food. They had really shitty calamari. Anyways,
did I eat calamari?
I think so.
Really? Then?
You probably acted like I eat this stuff all the time.
I don't think so because you were trying to get me to eat things. I remember sushi.
That was the second date. Anyways.
Oh. Wow.
Bam.
But
they're flashes.
They are flashes.
Like I said, they're flashes.
They are flashes. Yeah.
So I think that's how our memory.
But what about do you ever have memories that are like?
No, I don't. So that's what I'm saying. This is a really deep podcast.
You can't get into like a rhythm.
This is a really deep podcast. Okay. Right? We're going to go really deep here on the Energy is Love podcast because we talk about deep things. Time gets stored in our memories as flashes.
In flash drives.
Not flash drives, damn it. Just as flashes.
Flash drives.
Think about it.
Okay.
Every memory you have is a flash. It's just a blink.
What about when there are a lot of blinks when you're like,
hold on, maybe, fuck, holy shit, this is going to be amazing.
Okay, I'm ready.
I think the reason that our memories are stored in flashes is because every time we blink, that's a memory. Blink memory, and then however long you hold those eyes open, blink memory. So memory. I think that's what happens.
Taking memories of you.
Yes, every time you blink, bam, that's a flash. So you can remember just flashes. And even like when I put a bunch of flashes together, I can put a bunch of flashes of our
and then it's like
wedding today, right?
Our wedding today.
Our wedding day.
Our wedding day.
Thank you for correcting the speech coming out of my mouth. But I think that it's all flashes of when for however long you have your eyes open.
How many times you blinked?
Yes, that's how many.
I'm gonna look at you like this from now on.
Because that's how a computer would do it. A computer would save.
You were making sense until then. I was going to say, I'm like, the crazy thing is that makes sense.
Our brains are computers. And so it's storing information in small little file sizes rather than big, like 10 gigabyte chunks of time. Because that takes up too much memory and then we would be dead because our brains aren't that big. This is all
brains
science,
are that big.
Stephanie.
It is science.
This is straight fucking science.
So is that where the internet is?
Baby. I'm onto something.
You are onto something.
Jesus,
memory.
this is really good.
It's a new memory.
It's all
It's
flashes.
a new memory.
And it's stored in little gigabytes,
It's a
little
new
tiny
memory.
megabytes, little tiny bytes,
It's a new memory.
little flashes. And that's how our brain can
I think
store.
you might be right.
That's how it can store so much, because we don't use up large, copious amounts of storage space with endless tapes of memories. Like, imagine if you
That's
remembered
why you
everything
can have
that
more
way.
photos than you can videos.
Bam.
Oh.
There you go. Mic drop. End of episode. This
Should I
episode.
drop it?
No, don't.
Should I drop it?
Don't drop
You
the
just mic dropped. Should I body summon?
Mic drop. Flashes.
Okay.
Memory flashes. We store information that way. I think it makes really good sense.
It's crazy. I don't know what it'll feel like later, but right now, the wavelength that you and I are on,
It makes perfect
I'm like,
sense.
holy shit, you might have just discovered
Every
something.
time you blink, it's a flash.
All I
and
can
that
think of
flash
is
gets
memory.
downloaded.
Every time I blink, I'm like, memory.
Right?
Memories.
Memory.
New memory.
Memory. I'm starting to write a song.
Are you? Is it called Memories?
No.
Is it called?
You know this. My guitar playing is
Yes.
taking off,
Yeah, you're doing amazing.
and I'm getting very good at the guitar playing.
You
but
are.
I'm starting to write a song. I started a notes list
Did you really?
for song lyrics.
I'm really excited.
So when I wake up in the morning and some of them come to me, I put them down. And eventually I'm going to turn it all into a song.
That's really cool.
Isn't that cool?
That's way cool.
I think you and I are getting good enough that everything got like different, really quiet.
I'm listening.
Were we talking really loud before when we were talking about flashes?
Yes. I told you we were talking loud. I asked you.
There's bees all over.
Is there? Those are race cars. If it's the buzzing you hear.
I think it got really quiet.
It did.
Things
You can hear
shifted.
them bees.
So, beautiful, beautiful woman of mine.
Mhm.
Anything else? I think we've covered some great topics during this episode.
I was going to tell you a funny story, but now I think it's just an apology or a notice.
Put people on notice. Here we go.
No, it's not that.
I'm glad you stayed tuned until the end, folks, because Stephanie's about to put you on
That's
notice.
not what's happening. Ow.
Okay. What's happening?
I had a story about my feet and a reaction that somebody had to them, and now I want to explain myself.
Let's hear it.
So,
Is there going to be any sort of porn foot fetish talk
yes.
going on? No way.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm so excited.
The things you can do with your feet are miraculous.
I'm not just for walking.
They are not.
That's
They're for cocking. No, it has nothing to do
That's
with porn.
the marketing tagline for feet. Feet. Not just for walking.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So yesterday, I was in the garden that's over there.
Yeah.
And
We'll
I
take
was
a picture of it.
weeding.
Go to our Instagram to look at the picture of the garden. Go ahead.
I was weeding. And so I was dirty and I was weeding. I had been
dirty.
between, I was a dirty girl, between barefoot and shoes. So my feet were dirty. They were just dirty. I was dirty. I had dirt in my fingers and my hands, and I was just dirty. My hair was all like
I'm getting
crazy.
a little hard. Go ahead.
I was a dirty girl.
I'm
So
picturing it.
dirty. And then I needed to run to the post office really quick before they closed.
Yes.
So it was like, just like hurried up and threw some pants on because the shorts that I was wearing, they were not out in public shorts.
Yes.
So I just threw on some pants.
Booty shorts. She likes to garden in booty shorts. Go ahead. Threw on some pants.
Threw on some pants. Flipped on, grabbed my flip-flops, grabbed a mask, and I ran. So I was hurrying because you had to hurry. It's like 10 minutes away, and it was 15 minutes before closing. So I had to hope that I could get there before they shut the doors. And
Open and praying.
so I went in, caught it in time, and then I had to pick up a couple of things at the store. So I was going through, and I didn't want to grab a cart because I'm still hurrying. I realized just how dirty I am at this moment. I'm like, oh my God, now I have to go somewhere. Like going into the post office dirty, I feel like we've seen a variety there. But
I got to tell you about the crazy lady at the post office.
you do.
Go ahead.
You do. Maybe we can have her on the podcast. So, but I was going into the grocery store, and I wasn't just like kind of a mess from the day. I was dirty. So it was embarrassing. And I don't want to touch a card. I got everything. I just had a couple of things, so I just grabbed them. And I knew I wasn't doing more. So I just had a couple of things, and I'm in the checkout line, put them on the table, go to pay, I drop, because it's not my wallet, it's your wallet. She said, I've got cash, take my wallet, which is, that's beautiful, by the way. I dropped it. There was a guy in front of me, and I dropped your wallet. And he immediately went down to pick it up for me. It dropped right in front of my foot. And as he grabs the wallet, I can see that he then sees my foot.
Oh, no.
And he stops.
To stare at
and
your
then
feet?
he comes back up. He paused. He was like, what the fuck? And he comes back up. And I'm like, thank you very much. Really happy for the mask. So maybe you won't recognize me ever again. And then he didn't even say you're welcome or anything. He was like, whoop, gone. Like, oh my God, I was gardening. Like, you've never gardened barefoot. Come on. You know?
Oh, where's the foot fetish sexy part?
You wanted it to be there. It wasn't there.
I have a quick question.
He's
for you.
now afraid of feet.
I have a quick question for you.
Yes.
I want to keep recording.
Okay. Right now?
Do you want to keep recording?
Sure.
Okay.
Are we
time
gonna
is it?
Are we gonna like do another episode?
No.
We're gonna keep going on this episode.
Yes. What time is it?
Showtime. It is 3:33.
Okay. Really?
Bam. Yes.
Man. I want to keep recording, but I have to urinate.
I do too.
So who wants to go first?
We're just gonna keep going?
Yeah. One of us can jump up and go, and then we'll take turns.
Oh God, I'm just
It's
gonna
called
hold
a pee
it.
break.
I'm holding it.
It's a pee break.
You go ahead. I'm not doing that.
Are you sure?
Clamped.
Can you carry the episode?
Fuck no.
You can do it.
Nope.
You totally have to.
Jesus.
Because you know we're not stopping.
You gotta go fast. I'm panicking.
You can do it.
I'm panicking.
You can do it.
I'm panicking.
You can do it.
Oh
You
my
can carry
God,
the
my
episode.
throat is closing off. Can you see me getting red?
Hold on.
I'm like, oh.
Let me. I'll give you a topic.
Okay.
What's that show? The
Fuck.
Saturday Night Live. Coffee Talk. No, there's a Saturday Night Live skit where they're like,
Okay.
"I'll give you a topic." That's a Mike Myers thing. Fuck. Edibles are good. Tell the listeners a story
Okay.
about.
I'm so not gonna be able to do this.
Do the first time that you got drunk that you enjoyed.
Shit. I can only remember the first time I got drunk. I do not remember the first time I got drunk that I enjoyed it, which either means that it just didn't register or it was a really good time because I can't even remember it. This is not awkward at all. I'm just going to tell you a story about the first time I got drunk because otherwise you're going to watch a whole lot of awkwardness. So my parents went to a New Year's Eve party and they had alcohol in the cupboard, which, yeah, I know. That's why you lock up your booze. This isn't a parent shaming thing. So they took off. They went to a New Year's party and I stayed home and, they had vodka, just plain old vodka in the cupboard. So I had a couple of swigs of that. And because it was my first time getting drunk, it was a couple of swigs of that, which lit me on fire too. I was very surprised. I was very surprised that that was the case. I had never had hard liquor before, so I didn't know that it was going to burn at that level. But I remember just being so drunk I couldn't even get off the couch. I was so drunk. I was just laying there. I fell asleep. My parents got home, and luckily they were too drunk to notice I was drunk. The story goes, because I think they still talk about it. It was just my dad drunk, but I think my mom was trying to hide that my dad was drunk. So they just thought I was asleep on the couch, and whatever alcohol I may have smelled like from my thimbleful that was more than enough to take me out, they weren't aware of. So off I went to bed, but I remember trying to walk and thinking, am I going to even make it to the couch? So that is it. I could not read. I failed, but I found a way to keep talking.
Do you want to go to the bathroom now and I'll tell
Nope.
mine? Okay.
I just want to hear yours.
Oh, God, I cannot wait to listen to that.
Oh, it's not good.
I'm sure it is.
I'm going to say, here's your expectations.
Are you ready for another drink?
Did I finish it? Yes.
You don't think
Okay.
you could do a solo podcast?
Fuck no. Here's your expectations. Okay?
Yeah.
And here's where you probably, But this is where you're holding them here. I'm going to look at me. This is important,
Sorry,
Craig.
fuck.
Pay
Pay
attention.
attention, folks.
No, you.
I got you.
Take your expectations.
Okay.
They could be here, but they're here
Okay.
because you're optimistic still.
Got it.
I want you to bring them down right here. Okay.
Down
right
a
there.
notch.
It's not garbage, but it's not good.
Not gold.
It was good. Definitely not. So this area is where your expectations need to be.
Yeah.
Got it? I panicked. I
You did
almost
great.
was like one time at band camp. Like that's the level of
Do you
panic.
have a one time at band camp
I never
story?
went to band camp.
Did you ever go to any sort of like band campish type thing?
No.
You never went away for like 2 weeks during the summer?
To my grandparents' house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely not a band camp story.
It's not a band camp story.
Yeah, I can't think.
I
of
never went to
anything.
any kind of camp of anything.
No.
I had sleepovers.
Yeah.
I was about as
Band campy as you got.
Oh, and there is band camp stories, definitely. Wait. I meant like doing crazy stuff. I didn't stick anything inside me at a sleep. Jesus Christ. That's not what I meant. I meant that I misbehaved is what I meant.
Love it.
Fuck. That's
love it.
that's okay. Well,
Fun.
That's not what I meant. I'm a little embarrassed.
Don't be embarrassed.
It's okay, I'm embarrassed.
Like I said, dildos haven't changed since the beginning of time.
Well, that was not a sleepover thing.
Mm.
So
I just thought of
not
something
until I
else
had
that was
adult
really funny.
sleepovers. I winked with the sides. So.
Yeah, adult sleepovers.
Yeah, we had adult sleepovers.
Yes, we did.
We still do.
We do sleep over every night.
I'm making it sexy. You're
is there a
making it
garbage
mundane.
truck? Another garbage truck. I had another thought that is so fucking hilarious.
What's that?
And I cannot wait for the story associated with this down the road in the future. So if you listen to the podcast and you're a regular listener, you know that we have a 14-year-old son.
Oh my gosh. Okay, go ahead.
And he's wonderful and amazing. He has so much amazing stuff.
Yes.
And the other day when we were out driving around, it was the same time that we passed the lagoon.
Are you going to give the
same time period.
backstory?
I'm not. Too much backstory.
A little bit.
Anyways, for some reason, and we don't know why.
I think we do know why.
Well, I don't know if we know why, but this beautiful 14-year-old boy that we have, in his mind, in his little 14-year-old brain, the restaurant Buffalo Wild Wings, right? We all know it, famous for their wings.
Mm-hmm.
In his brain, somehow he thinks that restaurant is a place that you can only go when you're like 21.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he thinks that it's Hooters and the waitresses are just all going to have their tits out. I don't know if he thinks it's some sort of like strip club. I don't know what he thinks these Buffalo Wild Wings are, but it is clear that he thinks there is something that is only appropriate for adults at this restaurant.
He wants to go there. Like he was saying 21 at first, and then he lowered it to when he graduates.
When he's 18,
and
right?
we were like, what? And then it clicked. And we were like, we'll take you as soon as social distancing's over and we can dine inside. We'll take you.
So
and I'm like, I'll go with you too.
Because this boy, I can't even imagine in his mind. I remember driving past things when I was a kid that was like, God, I don't even know. I can't even think of an example right now.
I still look. I'm like,
You still look at what?
when we drive past things.
I
I haven't seen a Hooters, but when you see something that might be, or even like the Showgirls billboard,
Oh,
I'm like,
yes.
I'm
Even
looking
when
at
you
something
see-
naughty.
So in his mind, Buffalo Wild Wings is that type of thing.
Mhm.
And there's going to be either bikini clad or top big. I don't know what he thinks.
Bikini cuts.
You think
Do you remember bikini cuts?
like bikini cuts is still a thing?
Is it still a thing? Did you ever go?
No.
We should take him
To bikini cuts?
just to watch his brain blow up.
Oh my God, that'd be so funny.
He wouldn't be able to do anything. He would just be like, especially when she touched.
So there,
Gotta do it.
at some point, no, we're not going to do that to him. That's terrible.
It's awesome.
That's going to be a mental scar.
I know.
At some point, we're going to go to Buffalo Wild Wings and just watch and see what this boy, when we
We're
walk
gonna watch
inside-
his hopes and dreams just crumble.
I'm just going to watch and see, because it's going to be so hard for us to be quiet and not laugh and giggle the entire time,
Mhm.
because he's going to be so nervous going in there,
I know.
thinking that we're going to walk in the doors and
And
suddenly just
Bam.
tits galore.
It's gonna be
And
that
then
was
he's
my
gonna-
strip club music, by the way. That's what I was going
So
for.
I can't wait for that moment to happen. And I'm sure we'll share about it on
Oh,
a
we
later
will.
day.
We will. It's so cute. It's so cute. I am so excited for that. It's so cute.
Yeah.
So I have a little story that happened yesterday. We were
Okay.
running errands, and the date, it's not date specific. I'm just telling you it was yesterday, and sure, it can be yesterday for you. But we pulled up into the parking lot, and a very attractive woman just came like walking around the back of the car, and she happened to be parked right next to us on his side.
Okay.
So here she comes over and goes to get in the vehicle. And I just watched him because all of a sudden he got very curious, but not in a way he was like, what's going on? I gotta investigate. So it didn't look like
So shit. Fuck. I think
what's happened? Is she gonna get in the car?
Looks like somebody's coming around our vehicle.
I gotta
Better look into this.
So I was just watching him, and then he saw me, and then he got that like that grin where he knew he was.
That's so funny.
So cute. It was so cute. It was so cute. I loved it. He's so cute.
I was thinking of something else. I can't remember now. Something about Buffalo's Wild Wings or driving past billboards or.
We can do that and then take him to Hooters the next time. Is that like illegal? Fortune went when she was a kid.
Why would it be illegal to take him to Hooters, babe?
I don't know if it's because it's a sexually themed restaurant. If it's too.
Have you been to a Hooters?
I haven't.
It's not a sexually themed restaurant.
Have you been to a Hooters?
Yeah.
Is every TV show that talks about Hooters wrong?
What do you think takes place at Hooters? This makes so much
I
sense
think
now
they
why
have
he thinks
owls
on their. Okay, it's big-breasted women.
Yes.
Typically.
With it, it's like pulled. I almost pulled it down. It's like very low.
They just have
cut,
a shirt with a shirt.
It's like very enunciated.
Just a shirt.
And shorts where their little butt cheeks pop out the bottom.
I don't think so. I don't remember that part.
Were you too mesmerized? You're an ass guy. You would notice.
I don't remember. I went to a Hooters in Washington.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was the first time I fought. I
Well,
think.
you got to celebrate with some boobs. I'm still got the ass.
You still looking at the little ass cheeks hanging out the bottom of the shorts.
So, no, I just I don't know. For one, there shouldn't be shame around Hooters, whatever. They're working, and I don't want him to think like he's going to lose his goddamn mind when a woman walks by. It's skin.
Or when we go to Buffalo Wild
Or
Wings.
when we go to Buffalo Wild Wings. But I'm also kind of a jerk, and I'm kind of a prankster, so there's part of me that really wants to just kick back and be like,
just watch
and
it all.
watch his brain. And watch his brain, which isn't going to fuck him up having his mom there.
I was going to tell you, because you mentioned bikini cuts.
Yes. I forgot.
And there's bikini, coffee places. Like drive-up
Utah?
coffee places. I don't know if there are in Utah.
How often do you go to He's like, I love traveling.
No, I came upon one in my travels.
I'm sure.
I literally didn't know. It was so funny. So it was a California trip. And I wanted coffee. And so I pulled into a drive-up coffee
You're
to get coffee.
Oh, I'm a little tired. That looks like a coffee shop.
No.
gotta do the right thing and not drowsy drive.
I literally had no idea. And I pull up to the, I'm just getting coffee. And she was in a bikini.
And what did you do? Did you turn into a 14-year-old?
Maybe. I'm like, we got to figure out what's going on in this coffee shop. What's going on in there? Looks like we got some things that need to be investigated in that coffee shop.
Did you giggle? Tell me you giggled. Tell me you giggled.
I was surprised. I was definitely surprised.
You kind of giggle when you get
act all cool, right? You got to act cool.
Did you act cool or did you act cool like boobs?
I totally acted cool. I'm like, I just want a coffee. I'm just here for some coffee.
I'm going to tell the boob story next. Did you act cool like boobs?
I think you've told the boob story before.
Okay, so if you remember the sushi counter, he was running over people with the cart, So did you act cool?
Boobs are very, very surprising at times.
Well, especially when you're going, oh my God.
Even as a grown man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Well, how much did you tip?
I think I did tip her.
I believe you did.
And I don't ever fucking tip at coffee places, right?
You're like, thank you, ma'am.
few things in life to get a tip, and coffee ain't one of them.
Oh my God.
I think I did tip her. I appreciate it. It's the best black coffee I've had all day. Yeah, let's.
Did they have the dark roast?
Did you hear your froggy
I
throw?
did. Shut up. I wasn't drawing attention to it. So that's one thing. Oh, by the way, there was something about Starbucks. What was that? Okay. So we don't support Starbucks anymore.
Are we done?
We're done. So lucky for you, you just have to find bikini places.
Oh, well.
So, okay. Well, it's up to you on what you do. But one of the things I hate about Starbucks is dark roast coffee is only brewed until like what, noon? And they think nobody drinks dark roast past noon. Well, that's not true. So it's always, we don't get it, or you have to wait for the pour overs. However,
Is that why we're done with Starbucks?
No, they did not. I'm going to say it. Okay. I know this is a light episode, but you get to wear whatever, like they have their apron, but you get to, there's a certain amount of dress code that you have to adhere to, but you get to wear your own clothes, including your own themed t-shirts, including your own buttons. But they were 100% not 100%. I don't know why I said that. I saw it on social media. I hope it's true. If it's not, sorry, Starbucks. They weren't letting their employees wear any kind of support memorabilia for Black Lives Matter. It was absolutely not. You cannot wear that. So that makes me want to.
So no Black Lives Matter swag, huh?
Yeah. Now, is it something that, I don't know. I want to try and give them the benefit of the doubt, but at the same point, it's kind of hard to. So that makes me just like, sorry, don't think about that when you're on the road. Told you can look for bikini coffee. There's no espresso. It's really decaf. You're just in a really good mood after, so you feel like it was a caffeinated coffee. Like, haha, I saw some boobs today. How are you? Cheers.
Bikini. Yeah.
Bikini grinds. Oh, is that what they call it?
There you go. There's your coffee shop.
Bikini grinds.
Bikini grinds.
Bikini grinds. That's
Bikini
naughty.
grounds works too.
I know, but then not as much. Grinds.
Yeah.
Grinds is click. What do you call it? Clickbait?
Clickbaity.
Clickbaity.
We should come up. We could do a whole episode on names for bikini type coffee shops.
But we won't.
No, we won't. That will not be next week on the podcast.
It's okay.
I love you. Let's wrap up.
Are we done?
Yeah, we got some things to take care of.
How long did you want to keep recording for your pee break? What was that, like 3 minutes later?
No. The wind is coming.
Gosh, you really want to stop recording.
Did
you get uncomfortable talking about
it? It has nothing to
boobs?
do. I could sit here and continue to talk to you for hours. It's a technical stoppage because of
what?
It's a technical stoppage because of the data amount that we have on the cell phone that is recording
we'll be done.
This episode.
Technical stoppage sounds like technical stop, bitch.
We got a technical stoppage here on the fifth down, quarter line.
Just hit end.
Halftime, ninth inning.
Did you hear what I said it sounded like? It sounded like you said stop, bitch.
Stop, bitch.
We got a technical stop, bitch.
We got a technical
What?
stop, bitch, right here. That's funnier than stop, bitch.
It is.
So this episode will be titled Technical Stop, Bitch.
Bam.
I'm teasing. I love you.
I love you.
Thank you for tuning in and hanging in with us on another fun, lighthearted.
Hope so.
We'll see you next week. It's going to be a lot different. I love you.
I love you.